anxious tonight?
I was a little bit anxious, a little bit nervous, I guess. I haven't been nervous for a lot of games in my life, but just getting back out there, getting in the flow, and getting as many games as I can under my belt here before we really get going. So, felt good.
Hello, Big Mike. I'm from
Jahenns, you want to talk about the way you shot the ball tonight?
Pardon me?
The way you shot the ball tonight?
I was getting, open looks. I'm not really the type of guy that hunts for my own shots or anything. I like to play through the offense. So they gave a lot of guys open threes tonight, and we just kind of took advantage of it. The ball obviously felt pretty good coming out of my hand, so I'm happy a lot of those shots went in. But we're an inside-out team, and I understand that. It's one of those games where we just have a chance to shoot many threes, and we did pretty well as a team.
I guess both guys, talk a little bit about the way that game opened. You guys blow off to 11-0 lead, they come back, tie you, and then you guys kind of regain control of that. Just talk a little bit about that opening sequence.
I mean, it was similar to Rockers. That's kind of what it felt like, jumping off that 11-0 run, and then, they got back into it. I felt like we let up a little bit, and we really got to work on that, being able to sustain that for the duration of the game. I think we've come out both games, really established our style and our tempo and ball pressure, but obviously we got to be able to sustain them.
Just touching on what Grant's saying, I think we turned the ball over 3 or 4 times in a row there when they came back, so we just got to do a good job of keeping the ball and making sure that we get shots up at the end of possessions, not letting them, turn us over and then run out for less. If we're able to do that, then we'll be able to, sustain the pressure and keep it going for a longer period of time, but that's just something that we're going to have to work on together.
Obviously, Grant, we're going to learn more about your game. Was that a typical Grant Gibbs kind of game tonight?
I guess so. Something like that. Just try to do a little bit of everything, and it's what I try to bring. So,
I guess, would you feel comfortable doing when he is still maybe searching?
No, I mean, I think the way I played tonight, that's what we need me to do as far as rebounding, being a ball mover on the perimeter, and then looking for my own shot when it's there.
I guess to both guys, what did you see that you didn't like?
Definitely our turnovers. I mean, we're playing at a faster pace this year, and we're going to turn the ball over a little bit more than we did last year. But like I said, in that little stretch when they started coming back, we were giving them points. We weren't really forcing them to shoot over us or make tough shots. So it's just something that we're going to have to limit. We're obviously going to go inside a little bit more. Again, this was just one of those games where they were really, I guess, staying in there, making sure that Greg and Doug didn't really get their touches, and we made them pay with the outside shots. But realistically, we're going to have to, give Greg and Doug a little bit more touches and play a little bit more inside out.
How about you, Grant?
Yeah, kind of what he touched on as well. As far as playing inside out, we took 35 threes, and I don't think that's a stat we want every game. But, I mean, obviously they were leaving us open. We got to understand which one of those threes are good, after they've come after a post touch or a couple ball swings, and which ones, we got to cut out of the equation. So I think continuing to do that.
Any other questions for the student athletes? Thanks, gentlemen. We've now got head coach Greg McDermott. We'll start with questions.
I just want to make a quick statement first. I thought the play of the game was the last play by Taylor Stormberg. If our team can embody that type of unselfishness, we got a chance to be pretty special. Here's a guy that doesn't know how much he's ever going to get to play. Works hard in practice every day. There's 10 seconds left in the game. He hasn't attempted a shot. He's got an uncontested layup that he passes to a teammate that's already scored a basket. It's unbelievable to me, and I think it speaks volume of Taylor's character and what this team means to him.
Questions?
Can you talk a little bit about the press there? You guys were kind of struggling with the pressure.
Yeah, I mean, we just got to the wrong spots a few times, and weren't quite as aggressive as we needed to be with attacking it. And you try to simulate it as much as you can in practice. And we're not a team that's going to press a lot. We've got it in our package, and but we're not going to be as good at it as a team like North Carolina A&T that lives and dies with it. And we got some wide open shots as a result of their press, and we turned it over a few times. But at the end of the day, 13 turnovers in a 72, 75 possession game that's reasonable. But the 28 assists, obviously on 33 baskets, we're doing something right, sharing the basketball as well.
You guys are back here Sunday. Can you talk a little about the timeline, how you're going to handle the next 36 hours?
Well, it's a busy weekend for us with the game tonight, and then turn around and play at 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. And we have our Jamboree, our big fundraising event tomorrow night, where our guys have to be over there for a couple hours. So we've got a lot of work to do as a coaching staff tonight. Coach Murfeld's got Chicago State ready to go, and we'll meet on that as soon as I get out of here. And then we'll bring the guys back, practice at 11 tomorrow morning, and then get them off their feet in the afternoon a little bit before we bring them back tomorrow night.
Talk a little bit about what we saw from Grant tonight. Is that what you expect out of him on a daily basis?
I think Grant's stats are going to surprise you at times. I think he'll play some games where he may score 2 points but have a huge impact on the game. And he's got some savvy that's pretty special. And we need to keep him healthy and keep that knee. Try to drag this out as long as we can. But he, without question, he impacted the game tonight. As he said, he understands when the ball needs to move and when you need to turn down a shot because maybe we haven't scored for 2 or 3 possessions. And even though you're wide open, that's what North Carolina A&T wanted us to do. They wanted us to shoot a quick 3 and not get touches to our frontline players. So, I'm very pleased with what he did tonight, and I think we'll see more of the same.
Can you talk about Will Artino's play in his first collegiate game?
I couldn't be more pleased. I thought he brought energy, thought he brought enthusiasm, ran the floor, made some plays on the defensive end, made a couple nice finishes around the basket. He's a change-up from Gregory, and that's that combination is good. And Ethan went in, did some good things, rebounded the basketball when Doug was in foul trouble, and missed some shots that he's probably normally going to make. So, I was really pleased with Will, and couldn't be more pleased with Ethan as well.
You have to play some different combinations up front. There's some times where you had Doug and Ethan together. You had Will and Ethan together, I think at one time, and Will and Gregory together.
Yeah, and part of that was due to Doug's foul trouble in the first half. But, Will's a great passer from that high post, and, Gregory's not a bad passer. He had a nice high low to Will when he flashed into that high post. So there's some good things happening with those guys, and, we can give teams a lot of different looks offensively by, you put Ethan and Doug out there together, you got 2 guys that can really stretch the floor. And now you throw Gregory and Will's length out there at the same time, and it's a tough matchup. And they're changing some shots around the rim as well. So, I was pleased with our front line play tonight. If you look at the numbers,